Yo, Haven, what's good, man? I hope you are in a wonderful, magnificent mood, having a wonderful, magnificent rotation. If you're not, hopefully you will be by the end of this presentation. Did you guys enjoy your Sunday? I definitely hope you guys enjoyed your Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I relaxed. I decided to chill, relax, just kick back, just enjoy my own energy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyhow, you know what's up, man. Welcome in to all you guys who are new, who are not. I'm highly grateful, and thankful. If you've been here from the beginning, rocking out, liking, commenting, sharing, been subscribed, you know, doing this energetic exchange that we do on a regular. Highly grateful, and thankful for you guys and your presence. If new to the channel, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when we go up. Full disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Any and everything you see on this channel is merely speculation. Viewer discretion is advised. Please do your own homework and research for proper discernment. As you watch these clips, it's a form of escaping the external chaos going on outside of ourselves, as we are all experiencing our own individual realities. If it don't resonate with you, leave it on the ground for someone else to pick it up. Simple. That's that. You know what I'm saying? So shall it be. Anyone and everyone who has ever sown to see me, it will be returned 100-fold, as the Most High using you as a divine vessel to divine support yours truly, because it's all about divine support. I just want to say grace, gratitude, and thanks, peace, and prosperity, you and yours. Hope you know it never goes unnoticed. Really does help the channel, the foundation, my well-being. Yeah, listen, enjoy the vibe, enjoy the ride. Let's get it. Buckle up. We chilling, be chilling. This is a pre-recorded video. I am not currently live, by the way, so I'm just letting you guys know ahead of time. I think this one, it's pretty decent. You should enjoy it. Pretty chill. You know what I'm saying? It's Monday. Happy Monday, by the way. Happy Monday. Saying. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm really in the mood to be live or whatever. So I don't know. I'm debating, should we do like pre-recorded videos Monday through Thursday or something of the sort, and then Friday do our Friday night lives. I've been trying to work with that. But anyhow, I got a question. Has anyone been having real significant, detailed dreams? I'm talking about real, detailed, and actually able to remember it. Anyone? Because I have. So I'm asking, is any of you guys experiencing the same thing? Anyhow, let's get it. I'm yapping and yapping and yapping, I know. You know what I'm saying? So, we're going to roll the tape, baby. Let's roll the tape. I'm a little hot, surprisingly. I'm gonna just open my window and get some fresh air in here. I'm gonna press play. I'll be right back.
Milk be expired. just because y'all still going to work.
I'm saying though, she made some valid points there, man. Then you see the 83s over there laughing. They like this. They like this is what they feed off of. So they laughing, trying to enjoy it. You know, karma's real. Energy is a thing. That karmic energy gonna recycle and smack them real hard. So, you know what I'm saying? We leave the Most High to do what the Most High do. But she said what she. I mean, round of applause to her, because a lot of employees don't even do that when they feel the need to. A lot of employees feel the need to do these kind of things. You could call it an episode or a freak out, whatever. Listen, I've worked enough jobs to know there's been times where people want to do that and don't do that. Those kind of things. You know what I'm saying? I remember one of my jobs, I lost one of my jobs one time because, right, my supervisor, security guard supervisor, he was an African weirdo dude. Like, he would tell you, yo, yeah, go ahead, go in the back, go take a nap, it's good, you good, everything good. But then when the road supervisor of the company comes through to check what's going on, he comes through like every 7 to 14 rotations, right? Anyhow, when he come through, he'll send him in the back to try to catch the employees resting. So, you know, that's what happened with me. And I'm like, yo, hold on. Yo, all right, cool. I was telling the road supervisor, like, all right, cool, I hear you. Good. All right, no problem. You're right. You're correct. You caught me here doing this and that. But 1 second. Let's just stop here for a second. Give me a second. And I went over there and I told the site supervisor, I told him off. Like, yo, listen, he trying to get all loud mouth with me and all of this, talking about, yo, I'm from Africa. This. I said, bro, listen, I don't care where you from. You know, you in America. You over here. You not over there. What are you talking about? I don't care where you from. You think I care where you from? You know where I'm from? You know what I've been through? Like, you don't know me? Like, what you talking about? Where you from? I don't care where you from, bro. Like, I could do the same thing and say the same things and be the same way. You want to get rowdy? We could go outside. Then, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here or there. I'm just saying there's places of employment that employees feel the need to put things out there, to put things on the table. Let's put it on the table. Why we hiding it under the rug? No, let's put it on the table. So I think she did what she needed to. Simple as that. Let's keep going. And that's something that people need to hear, because people go out to these restaurants thinking that they're getting proper service when they're getting low down service. Like low down ultimately. Let's get it though.
Slaves. As y'all know, our money been quit being backed by gold years ago. Years ago. Our money is literally the only thing that's keeping this money system going is you going to work. So if you quit going to work and everybody quit going to work, what could they do? If we all said fuck our bills, what could they do? I'm talking about the chosen ones, y'all, the ones who got the souls, because our energy is powered. Let me tell y'all something, bro. I didn't pay my electricity bill for a whole year. I called the electric company. I'm like, hey, you know, what's going on? They're like, oh, your shit was supposed to be disconnected 6 months ago. Baby, my power was still on. Because I have a soul. What's keeping this shit going is my energy. I really be testing the system and saying, fuck it. I really do. Just to see what it had. Like, okay, I ain't gonna pay this bill. I'm gonna see if they don't cut it off. They never cut it off. This shit running off my energy. It's running off our energy, bro. Wake up. We have free energy grids. Everything is free. We are the true chosen ones. Wake the fuck up. And guess what I did? They literally, it never got cut off. They recently just cut it off and I moved from that place like months ago. Like, y'all. Like, you have to release all fear in order to reach evolution, right? As long as you're thinking, as long as you are in survival mode, that means you're operating off of fear. If you really trust the omniverse, you really trust the universe, if you really living in your divine purpose, you should know that the universe gonna provide everything you need in order to help you evolve. Not everything you want, okay? But everything you need in order to help you evolve, y'all. We gotta grow. We gotta grow. We gotta say, fuck this system and let it flow. I'm telling you, just believe anything is possible. If you just believe. We gotta step back into that purity, that pure mind of a kid. Like, as a kid, you believe anything is possible, and guess what? It still is. Sending love, peace, and light to y'all beautiful beings.
I figured it out.
Round of applause, man. Round of applause, man. You know what I'm saying? Our people starting to realize, man, and I love it. I love it. Hold on, let's be quiet, see if y'all can hear this stuff from coming up from outside. Can y'all hear them people outside? I'm not sure if you can, but have you ever been through the struggle? You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things we go against that we keep going through. A whole bunch of background noise all the time. Let's get it.
This is what they're going to do when the mark of the beast comes. They're going to create an economy that is failing, where everyone is struggling, where the pay at jobs are so low, where the government isn't helping out anybody else, where we have a homeless epidemic, where no one wants to have kids anymore because they can't afford it, where in order to get an apartment, you got to make 3 or 4 times the rent. The housing market, let's not even talk about it. Groceries, people can't afford to eat. And if they do afford to eat, they can't eat what they actually want to eat. They just eat what they can eat to survive because it's too expensive. They are going to wait until we are in a recession. And I don't mean just a United States recession. I mean a world recession where everyone is in complete desperation and panic, and they need a savior. Everything will have to be downhill. The Antichrist is not coming when everything is good. The Antichrist is coming when everything is bad. And when I say everything, I mean everything also monetarily is bad. And so whenever this guy comes and he offers everybody anything that they could ever want, any type of money, everyone's going to jump at it because we're going to be in desperation mode. I want you to think about the way humans act when their back is against the wall. Now, you mean to tell me that I can receive all the riches and everything like that? I can get whatever I want if I just take this mark? Yeah, I'll do it. How many people you think are going to say that? Probably the majority of people. There's nothing worse than humans who are desperate, okay? And so they're trying to create desperation in all of people so they can bring in this savior of the world. And so they're trying to bring in this guy who's going to appear to be the savior of the world. He's going to save you from your financial hardships. And while the mark of the beast will be a lot of things, I think the biggest part of the mark of the beast, that's why it says you won't be able to buy or sell. The biggest part of the mark of the beast is going to play on people's desperation for financial gain. And so because of the desperation that people are going to have, people can't afford to eat. People can't afford to buy a place to live. People can't afford to go places. People can't afford to get things that they want. So if the mark of the beast is promising you all these good things in a time in your life where you are desperate, God forbid, but you are going to accept it. That's what they're banking on. They're banking on humans' desperation equaling you accepting the mark of the beast and worshiping the beast in his image.
Yo, it sound like we at the door. It sound like society or humanity, we at the door of that. Now I'm not saying we accept that energy and we down to go through that, but it sound like we at the door of that situation. Does it not? Look around, people. Look what's going on, even including myself. It be times where I don't know how I'm gonna make it through as far as eating and drinking sometimes. I don't know how I'm gonna make it through a rotation without water or food sometimes. So it's like, just imagine the majority out there, outside of self. Sound like we at the door already. It's getting crazy. However, we stay strong and we keep doing what we do. I'm saying we keep going. We keep trucking. One foot in front of the other. We will get there as long as we try, right? Let's get it, man. Let me mute this because it's probably copywritten and we don't want that. So let's mute it for a second. If the horses think something is there, they're right. You saw that? They all looked and then she looked.
For those who don't know, that's a real thing. That's why I always have an animal, whether it's a cat or a dog. They can see, feel, sense, smell things that we can't. Good example is when I was taping my daughter years ago and she was dancing and just having a good time, and all of a sudden my late Rottweiler bear started growling. Now at first I'm like, the fuck is he getting mad at? I thought he was mad at her at first, and I'm like, I was gonna jump, but I was like, wait a second, let me see something. I replay this video, and you can actually literally see an orb fly towards her. He growls, and it goes right back out. And I'm like, oh, an unwanted visitor. Another good indicator is the birds in your neighborhood. I call them the watchers. They don't miss a whole fucking thing what's going on in your neighborhood. They see everything from a completely different vantage point. So when I'm walking my dogs first thing in the morning, when it's warm, if I don't hear the birds by a certain time, I know that there's something around that's new or shouldn't be there. Don't get me wrong, I know how to read energy, but at the same time, there's a huge difference between animals, humans, and beings I have never encountered yet. All I'm saying is just pay attention. They are your first line of defense every time.
Awakening the initial spark. The first phase of ascension is awakening. This is the moment when you first begin to question your reality. Everything you thought you knew suddenly feels different. It could be triggered by a personal event, a significant change, or even a small yet profound moment of clarity. You may feel confused, lost, or overwhelmed by the flood of new awareness that pours into your consciousness. Awakening is often romanticized, but in reality it can be quite disorienting. Your old beliefs, values, and perspectives no longer align with your new awareness, causing a split between your past self and your evolving self. This phase often brings feelings of isolation, as many people around you might not understand the internal shift you're experiencing. However, it's crucial to understand that awakening is just the beginning. It's the spark that ignites the journey toward deeper ascension. Many people get stuck here, mistaking this initial glimpse of enlightenment for the final destination. The true path to higher consciousness begins when you commit to moving beyond the awakening phase. Phase 2. Purification, letting go of the old self. Once you awaken, the next phase is purification. Here you begin the process of shedding old habits, beliefs, and patterns that no longer serve your higher purpose. This can be an emotionally challenging phase as you confront the shadow aspects of yourself, the parts you've hidden or repressed. During purification, you may experience a detoxification of the mind, body, and soul. Relationships may fall away, toxic behaviors may surface for healing, and you may feel a deep urge to declutter your life. It's as if the universe is asking you to clear space for the new energy that's entering your life. This phase is crucial because it's where you lay the foundation for the higher frequencies you'll embody in the later stages of ascension. Without purification, it's difficult to move forward, as the weight of your old self will continue to hold you back. Phase 3. Integration, aligning with your higher self. After purification, you enter the integration phase where the real magic happens. You begin to integrate the lessons you've learned, the energy you've received, and the higher awareness you've gained. This phase is about aligning your physical reality with your spiritual truths. Integration can feel like a balancing act. On one hand, you're aware of your higher self and the spiritual realm, but on the other, you're still living in a physical world with its limitations and responsibilities. It's during this phase that you learn how to ground your spiritual insights into everyday life. Many people describe this phase as a time of trial and error. You may find yourself questioning, how do I bring my spiritual self into my work, relationships, and daily routines? The key is patience and practice. Integration is not an overnight process, it's a gradual merging of your spiritual and physical realities.
Did TikTok user J. Clay...
Has anyone been going through or getting through these things? I've been going through and getting through a lot of those things. Like, I've been past a lot of those phases, but it's been over a 2-year span, you know? And I'm sure I'm still going through and getting through. You know, it's healing and growing is an everlasting thing. It doesn't stop. I mean, you can always, there's always room for improvement. That's probably where that term comes from, that quote. There's always room for improvement. Feel me? The more you're willing to heal and the more you're willing to grow, you will, as long as you try. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, let's keep going on.
Get astral projected into a meeting held by the Galactic Federation?
The other night, I woke up on my couch again at 2:22. Not uncommon, as a lot of you know. I made my way into my kitchen because I needed some water. As I was walking into my kitchen, I felt this overwhelming sense of my body getting extremely hot. When I got to this spot where I'm standing right now, the only way I can describe it is I felt my body tense up. I felt my hands get rigid. I felt my fingers go out like this. And then all of a sudden, my head just locked, facing upwards. Now, the only thing I can describe after this moment is I was aware that I was in my body. I was aware that I was in my kitchen. But the only way I can describe this is I felt like I was now in a room, like a meeting, like I somehow had just transported to a place where a very important meeting was going on. Now, in that moment, I didn't know what was being said, but I picked up on an energy of there was a side of optimism and there was a side of pessimists. Those are two words, English words, that I know that described the energy that I was feeling. In that moment, I was listening and I couldn't understand what was happening. So I thought, I don't know how it came out, but I said, hello. And in that moment, all of the voices that I was hearing just stopped. My body relaxed, and then I was back in my kitchen. I'm shaking now telling this. I looked over, and Cooper, my dog, was sitting at the end of the couch, just staring at me. And I looked at him and I was like, did you see that? So in that moment, I felt my body get hot again. My whole body stiffened up again. And then my head did the thing where it just locked up, and I knew that I was in my body, but now I was back in this council, this board meeting. And I could hear them saying things like, it's starting. They're waking up. I felt the energy of arrival, of ascension, all of these things. And I could hear these words. And I said, hello again. The conversation stopped again. Then all of a sudden I heard what I assumed to be a male-like voice say, how are they here? In that moment, my body completely relaxed again, and I was fully in my kitchen. Now my dog was sitting on the end of the ottoman, just perked up, staring at me. Still don't know how to process what happened, but in that moment, I felt my body getting hot again, and I felt myself getting rigid again, and I tried to fight it. I tried wiggling my fingers, I tried doing all these things, but nothing was working, and all of a sudden, I was back in that board meeting, that council meeting, that whatever I was, and I could hear them talking again. And I could hear a woman saying, they're waking up. They're starting to wake up. And then all of a sudden I said, once again, I can hear you. They all got quiet. And as clear as I am speaking to you now, I heard another female-like voice say, this one is more powerful than we thought, and the rest of them will start waking up very soon. Now, that's when my body relaxed and I was back in my kitchen, and I haven't known if I was going to share this with you because I know someone will believe and some won't believe, but that's totally okay. I just want this to get to who it needs to get to because my last video, you guys helped me find who I needed to find. So I'll say for entertainment purposes only, but I hope this is enough to encourage and inspire you guys to share your story because I need to figure out what happened to me because that was unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Now, the reason why I'm sharing that with you guys, whether you believe or not, is because when you go through things like this, when it comes to, out-of-body experiences, spiritual awakenings or enlightenment things and activation and things of that nature, right? That's what it looks like when you have no one to talk to about it, but you just gotta get it out. You know how many times I've had some kind of experience or needed to talk to somebody in a sense like that, and I have nobody, and then it's like, okay, what do I do? Like, when I say I have nobody to talk to, because the people that I thought I can speak to about things like this, no, there was masks there, a bunch of masks. You feel me? And once I removed the mask, it's like, okay, I'm being judged. I'm being exiled. Slander this. Damn, I can't even say it. Yeah, crucified, being crucified. I was about to make my own word with that word, like mix it up, but that's crazy. Yeah, being crucified, XYZ, things of that nature. So it's like, I don't got anyone to speak to like that. You feel me? When I have spoken to people in that manner and when I've had breakthroughs or out-of-body experiences, they would listen, but behind my back, be slandering me and talking about me like, you feel me? So it's like, you got to watch who you share your experiences with. You know what I'm saying? These oppressors or whatever, the beings that work against us, they will use any and everyone that they can to work against you. So I'm just sharing that because I've been in situations like that. I'm not going to say I experienced that exact type of experience, but I've experienced things like that, of that nature. And when I've spoken to people about it, it's like being completely castrated. They don't understand or understand, so they look at you like you're off your rocker. So Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I think it was good to hear, whether you believe it or not. Let's keep going.
People got to really be careful because it's happening right now with Indeed. Did you hear about what happened with Indeed? Like how people are going on interviews missing?
Nah.
There's listings on Indeed saying, hey, we're hiring for a receptionist job in, you know, various areas, right? These jobs that they're going to are in warehouses.
The fuck?
And they're at night.
Okay.
Now people are missing in Florida and in Atlanta.
How long has this been going on for?
I don't know how, it's just recently. It's been reported now. I don't know how long it's been going, but there's people reportedly missing now that are from these job postings. Now we got to watch for fake postings and people, you know, because that, again, that's the biggest business on earth, the movement of people.
People preying on people that need it too. Like,
yeah,
people are looking for jobs.
That's crazy. And I think that when it comes to the CIA, when it comes to government officials and everything else, they're tied into this shit.
For sure.
Not all of them, but a lot of them are in this stuff because that's how they fund a lot of things.
Yeah.
Trafficking, drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, you name it.
It's big business.
It's big business. This is why I think that Trump now is firing all these, you know, government officials, you know, IRS, like every department he's getting rid of because we're too overgoverned. So what's happening is he doesn't know who's corrupt, who's not. Eliminate most of them. Like, we got to do a clear audit on all this. People are disappearing and they're thinking it's a job. They're pulling up and they're
disappearing.
Gone.
I'm just saying, imagine that's why it's so hard for me to get one. Because I'm being protected. I don't know. Don't think I just sit here and don't try to find some type of employment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it is. I cannot give you the answer. I don't know what it is. But we keep going. Let's get it.
Did your mom force you to eat Sam?
Yes. There was a victim named Sam. He was 8 years old from Chicago. Or at least that's what my parents told me. Most traumatic night of my life. Like, my mom and dad were like, he's your new brother. We had dinner with him. They called it the Last Supper. And afterwards, they sacrificed him. So it was my turn when I was 5, almost 6, to solely sacrifice a child. And it was Sam, the 8-year-old. We just had dinner with him. I love Sam. I'll never stop loving Sam and I'll never betray Sam. I think that he's a big reason why I'm here today recovering, because it was such a traumatic memory that I've held on. But during that ritual, we had dinner with Sam and I thought he was my new brother and I was so excited because I'm like, this brother, this 8-year-old's gonna save my broken family. And after the ritual, things changed pretty quick. Roles in my family changed throughout the years. For example, my older sister started to graduate towards the cleanup role, which was my father's role. So during the exact ritual itself, my older sister wasn't there. I remember me on the right, my younger sister on the left. My mom was behind me and she gave me a knife for my right hand and she told me to do it to Sam. I wouldn't. I couldn't. And I thought either something really bad would happen to me or Sam would get let go. So there was a lot of communication in this ritual. My mom was saying, you have to do it, you have to do it. And like I said, she always had this sense of urgency. She was just getting so mad at me. And I thought she would take my hand and make me do it myself. And that's not what happened. She gave it to somebody else who looked very disassociated and did it themselves.
Did your mom force you to eat Sam?
Yes. That was my consequence for not sacrificing Sam.
But wasn't that the whole purpose of doing such a thing? Was to consume the being, the person? Let's keep listening to this nonsense, this nefarious, this man. Yo, man. It's a crazy world out there, I'm telling you.
And it wasn't the first time I was fed human flesh. Thankfully, my mother cooked it. I've heard of other stories where they don't. But because it was Sam, someone who I grew an attachment to, I feel like that was me drinking the Kool-Aid or taking sips. Like, that's kind of what enabled me, or a big factor, to go into denial, because I felt so guilty. And I will say, I didn't eat any of them fully. Like, I had this thing where I would chew it up, and then when my mom wasn't looking, I would put it under a blanket or in a milk glass. She never said anything to me about it, thank God. But I feel like I did that to help alleviate some of the guilt.
Sure.
And I think it might have worked, too.
But how much chewed up flesh can you hide is my thing. That was my thing right there. How much chewed up flesh can you hide? Tell my yo, she never consumed them fully. So did you do it partially? My hands is up. It's wicked, man.
Brace yourself. New England might have a serial killer. That's in the Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut area. In the course of 2 months, 7 bodies have been found. And of course, the media is not putting this out because they don't want to pump fear in anybody's heart.
I'm Dr. Peter Valentin. I'm chair of the Forensic Science Department at the University of New Haven, and I specialize in crime scene reconstruction and crime scene investigation. The first thing that strikes me as curious is the fact that 7 sets of remains have been found over the span of 2 months. That in and of itself is rather curious. It's certainly a lot to find in a little, and it's a large number of human remains to find in a short period of time. And so whether that is the product of a directed search in particular areas, because there's a belief that more remains will be found, we can't know because that information is not public at this point.
There they go, always hiding information. Let's keep listening.
Or whether or not there's information to suggest that there's a reason to search, or that information is not publicly available. From the information that has been made publicly available, it certainly suggests that some of the remains are skeletonized or certainly degraded to the point where there's very little available with which to make even tentative identifications, such that, there's a female.
This is the perfect example.
Yo, come on now. It sounds like they chefing up some people like that previous clip. It sounds like they throwing them people in the pot. So degraded that you can't even tell what's what. My hands is up. Let's keep going, baby. Happy Monday.
Of if you see something, say something. I will be checking the top of every women's restroom door from now on. So a woman discovered this locking mechanism on the outside of the women's restroom door in an Exxon gas station near Texas A&M campus. And it's important to note that the men's restroom did not have this lock on the outside of their door. She shows right there, look, no lock. So what is the reasoning for this? Reports claim that over 400 women go missing in this area every year. This is the address of the exact gas station. This is an industrial grade lock, and the woman tested it and she confirmed it works. And this lock would trap whoever was in that room in that room. Someone ended up contacting the fire marshal when this video went viral, and the gas station employees were forced to remove the lock. So they didn't even really have a reason for the lock. They couldn't tell the fire marshal why it was there and only on the women's door. That's so sketchy. And this really raises
a gas station locking only the woman's bathroom from the outside. Have we not seen enough movies like this? Come on, bro.
Concerns about like public safety and like human trafficking dangers. Like, I don't wish the worst on anybody, but what else is this, right? Come over here for longer videos.
Insane. Message.
Astronomers say they have found the strongest indication of life beyond our solar system on a planet 124 light years from Earth called K218b.
Hold on, before he keeps going. If so, right? And I'm not saying he's the one providing this information. He's the one just bringing what they said to light. But realistically, it's like, if that's a thing, if this is true, if it's true, a big if. I'm talking about a big, gigantic if. Why do you guys hide the technology that allows us to travel or see so far? Yet you guys tell us It's impossible to travel such and such some amount of light years, and the technology this and technology that. We don't have it yet. We know advanced technology exists. We know superior advanced technology exists. It's just not available to the public. We know that by now. We all know that by now. You can stop being in denial, but the foolery, the mockery, you see what they do and put it in our face. Look at this. Yo, look, don't. But you know that don't even exist. So how y'all find this information? Let's keep going, bro. It's crazy, bro.
Called Kill 2,018,000 bitches. Cause that's what the fuck we gonna be when they find us. Why y'all keep fucking with you? Stop touching shit. What Carlos Wilson? Quit touching shit. Fuck is you looking for more life for? It's enough life on Earth. Why are you looking for more of it? This how niggas find Thanos. This how Thanos find us. And this how he find them Infinity Stones. Niggas ain't even say the weakest indication of life. Them motherfuckers found the strongest. And then guess who they left to protect us? Katy Perry and Gayle King. Y'all need to sit the fuck down, Mo. For real, bro. What is y'all doing? It's enough in our solar system. Stop. Y'all finna wake some shit up that don't sleep. Y'all done went on another nigga planet without his permission. Shit. Y'all seen what they did to the last 2 security guards, right? They're fucking around. Look, that motherfucker got a red beam on it. That motherfucking alien got a switch. Y'all keep playing with these niggas if you want to.
Guys, I have a confession to make. America is Egypt. The Creeks are actually the Greeks. The Haudenosaunee Confederacy, also known as the Iroquois, are the Romans. Utah is the land of Judah. New York is the oldest city on the planet. And the Mississippi River is the Nile. The New World is actually the Old World. Life started in the Americas. There's more pyramids and mummies here than any part of the world. Turtle Island is actually Pangea. Noah built his ark out of wood that only grows in Florida for a flood that only floods like in Florida. Back in Adam and Eve's days, and even the days of Noah, everybody was giant. And they also find giants all over the east coast of America. The Smithsonian and the Vatican have destroyed all the giant bones. They were anywhere from about 7 feet to 25 feet tall. The Mesopotamian creation story about the Anunnaki, the twin brothers that came from the stars, named Enki and Enlil, that created mankind and taught them things, sounds a lot like a lot of Native American creation stories about 2 twin brothers that came from the stars that were giants and created mankind and everything. Elephants come from America. They derive from woolly mammoths. Camels also come from America. They derive from alpacas and llamas in South America. So do zebras and horses. Cheetahs also come from America. The Aztecs called their lands Aztlan, and it's actually Atlantis. The Egyptian gods, Horus was a peregrine falcon from upstate New York. Set was a South American anteater. Anubis was a dog from Central America. Isis is a blue heron from upstate New York as well. If life started in Africa, why doesn't everybody have African DNA? But everybody has a Cherokee grandma or a Blackfoot princess grandma. Modern science says mankind started in Africa 300,000 years ago. But here's a hammer that's 400 million years old, found in Texas.
I'm not even gonna say nothing. Let's keep going, man, because it's like they put it in your face, man. It's all there, and people just deny it. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah. Well, you have.
We saw this clip before. We know what's up right here, but you know we gonna listen anyway because you gotta watch energy, man. These are things that he heard or know about that the public doesn't, and he's just reciting it, you know, because he's young. Let's quote it. He don't know any better. That's an understatement, but let's keep going.
President Trump?
Yeah.
Well, you have. Yeah.
Foreign space acts and quietly just do. whenever we want.
What's your assessment? Did this work? Is he going to win?
Yeah, it is. Not for now. No.
I think it's done. You think it's done? Yeah.
But not for now.
I'm looking at the data as it comes in from every county in Pennsylvania.
What you think is residing in that vessel? 1. 2, what conversations has he heard? 3, that laugh sounds like it's deriving from evil intent. I'm just saying, right? Energy exists. Spirits exist. So what is within that vessel? I don't know, man. I don't know, but sometimes we got to rewatch clips and reanalyze because people sometimes tend to forget or it goes way over their head. This is something here. This something is not, you feel me? It's like real eerie, real, it's giving dark energy vibes. They'll never know. SpaceX do whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? What has he heard? What does he know? What has he seen? What spirit or entity is embodying that vessel, within that vessel?
The reason why you're having a hard time sleeping is because the Earth is going through an ascension process. The Schumann resonance has been spiking, and if you're ascending with the new Earth, you are going to feel it. If you're feeling overwhelmed, depressed, anxious, having ringing in the ears, trouble sleeping, or you're oversleeping because your body needs rest, these are all signs that you are shifting with the new Earth. The ascension process is not smooth and easy and can feel chaotic. So just know the louder the chaos, the closer you are to the new beginning, or the closer you are to breaking through the new beginning. So this is a good sign that you are aligning with your highest good. So rather than feeling chaotic or overwhelmed or that you're on the wrong path, it's actually a sign that you're exactly where you need to be because you are shifting with the new Earth, and not everybody is going to shift. It's an individual thing. It's just a sign that you are adjusting your frequencies to match the new Earth's frequency, because the Earth is going through an ascension process as well.
Anyone going through those symptoms? I'm just asking. For a friend, Haven. Let's get it.
And all the chaos that you're seeing is just a sign that the Earth is shedding the old and allowing the new to come in. And the exact same thing happens on an individual level. If you're feeling depression, think about it as compression, which means you're going within and you're navigating the changes that you're going through. Rather than feeling like you're depressed, you're just going through a transitional period. So all of these signs are just part of the ascension process. And rather than feeling overwhelmed, just know that new beginnings are right around the corner.
This is why you came to Earth.
I'm doing my best to be patient for these new beginnings. I'm so entirely ready for the next phase of my life. I'm so entirely ready for the next phase of my experience within this third dimensional construct, as I understand and understand I am more than this third dimensional construct. Anyhow, I recently just had a whole experience within the astrals, aka the dream realm, where I was going around activating our people because people were still in their slumber. So I'm walking around and I'm stopping people like, yo, do you know this about yourself? This, and that. They like, what? No way, man. Boom, boom. And they'll try to, just brush me off. And I'm like, yo, hold on, look. And I'll say something like, I guess like within that experience, I had some kind of vocal power that activates DNA or something. So I would say, yo, you have DNA light codes within you. Unlock them and show me what they are. Like I would like kind of whisper that in the air, not whisper literally, but like go close and say it for not everyone else to hear. And then they would demonstrate whatever they can do with their unlocked DNA for everyone to see it. And they'd be like, wow, like, whoa, But everyone wasn't like, it's crazy because there was a bunch of people, you know how it is when you're in the city and stuff, it's people moving around and all of this movement on people. But everyone, it's like I was able to see who has like light codes in their DNA and who doesn't. So I was stopping specific people and activating them and recruiting some people as well. Like I was like doing some type of scouting, recruiting, and activating them. It was a whole type of experience within the astrals. It was dope. It was dope, but I'm not gonna go into detail, whatever. I'm just letting you guys know what happened there. Let's keep going.
Your soul knows that reality is just a game, but
it may be part of the ascension process with the shift within the planet, the planetary shift. It may be involved with that. I don't know. And prior to that, I had a whole different experience where I was like battling someone that I know, and I really like I had to really battle them. And then at the end of the battle, it was like I had to go somewhere to some type of temple, and I don't even know what it was, like mix some type of potion or activate some type of, it was something there, some like probably like a cleansing ritual. I don't even know what it was, but yeah, my dreams have been very, very, very detailed lately. Very detailed in the astrals lately. Let's get it.
It wanted to insert you in a game that you forgot you were just playing. And each time you go through an experience, a challenge, a lesson, you expand and you get one step closer to remembering that it's just a game and you've been controlling it from the higher realms the entire time. So for your soul, it is the most expansive, exhilarating feeling to access different dimensions within consciousness, master them, and then return back into the infinite I am awareness of source.
So you baby witches and warlocks, I see you. So if you're starting to see beyond the veil, you're a seer. You can see, right? There's a lot of low vibrational energies or demons trying to be you, trying to be copycats of you, trying to copy your divine essence, your blueprint, your signature. And how do you know that? Because out of nowhere, you started not to feel like yourself. You started to feel like you were holding a different energy. You couldn't do the same things that you used to do. You didn't even want to. You didn't like to do it. And people were treating you differently, trying to hide from the world, right? That's because someone was trying to be you, walk like you, talk like you, dress like you. They wanted to steal your divine inheritance. Yeah, you little cults and you covens, I see you. I'm just getting started. See, you got two eyes to look, but one eye to see. And I definitely see you. And you definitely don't see me, but I'm coming. But anyway, chosen, they're trying to get you not to authentically love yourself because they know that's the highest frequency on this realm, right? It's not authenticity, no. It's unconditional, authentic love that's the highest frequency. Because I definitely know a lot of authentic. I love you anyway because I love myself. But if you're not, you gotta stay over there. Stay with the other demons. You're not allowed in my energy. See, chosen, when you begin to love yourself, you start to break off all these cords and all these binds. Everybody's trying to make it so difficult, right? But the trick is to love yourself. Truly, unconditionally love yourself. Because listen, God is in you. Literally. All you gotta do is go in yourself to find yourself. What does that mean? Really start to be honest with yourself. When you look in the mirror, can you say I love you and mean it? Can you? Because I love myself. I'm the happiest, healthiest version of me that I've ever been. See, I use a humiliation ritual to get better. See, when people try to target me, what did I do? I targeted myself. I targeted all my flaws. I targeted all my ancestral curses. I targeted parts of me that I didn't love, and I started to love them. I started to embrace them, and I realized I'm imperfectly perfect, and that this journey in life is beautiful, right? I could alchemize a whole humiliation ritual and use it to help others. I could slay some demons on the way, and my own. I could use this time to get closer to God. That's a beautiful thing. And I know these weak witches and these wizard warlocks are annoying. I get it. Don't let them trigger you. If they trigger you, use it. You're like, okay, if I'm allowing you to trigger me, it's something I need to work on. Until you get to the point where you could observe it, but not absorb it. Once you do that, I want you to step into your north node. What is your north node? Only you know. I bet it has something to do with raising the vibration of this realm. I can almost guarantee that. Because that's what they don't want you to do. Trust me, you just being you, the best version of you, automatically does that. It's got to step into your highest timeline. So chosen, if you need any help, I got you. Send me an email. Don't worry about a thing. We're just getting started. And all praise to the Most High.
What the fuck is going on? Why are there so many people becoming Muslim in this day and time? Is it because of the rappers promoting it? They think it's some trendy thing? Is it because they can't find shit else to do? Here's the truth. People are searching for something that will save their soul. For an extended period of time, the dominating religion was Christianity. And people tested it out. They tried to see if it worked. It's not that it doesn't work. Here's the real issue. If you pay attention, you'll see it's a lot of the so-called hood niggas, a lot of the so-called lowlives that are making the decision to become Muslims. Why? Because those tend to be the people that society overlooks, thinking that they're not in tune with what's going on with reality. And a lot of those people are. Some of the most conscious people come from the hood. So they were watching. They saw how the pastors acted a certain way in front of the congregation, but outside of the church, they were in the strip clubs. They was at the bars with them. They was gang banging with them. They saw how a lot of the people said it wasn't about prosperity. It wasn't about money. But then they watched the pastor collect money every Sunday. It's not that Christianity is fake or ineffective. And it's not even that people are becoming Muslims. People are choosing to be more Christian than Christians. People are deciding to practice the actual customs of the Messiah, the traditions of the Messiah. They want to pray how the Messiah prayed, how Moses prayed, how Aaron prayed. These people fell on their face in prostration. The image where you see Jesus praying to the Father is a fake image. That's not how the story said he prayed. The story said he fell on his face, just like the Muslims do. And yes, the Muslims believe in Christ, Jesus, Isa. Muslims decide not to eat pork, because according to the scriptures in Leviticus, you'll find that the Bible itself told people don't eat pork. But what food do you see being passed around in the church? Pork. Christians became too lenient with their religion, and these people were able to observe that. In Christianity, you can do whatever you want to do. There is no structure, because the moment you point out what the scriptures are telling people to do, you'll be met with the Bible says don't judge. Instead of, you're right, let me go back and look at that and see if I'm actually living the way Christ lived. Because if I'm not living how Christ lived, how can I call myself a Christian or a follower of Christ? So Christians, if you feel like you're losing people, it's because you already lost us generations ago. We've seen the hypocrisy. How does one go from the club on Saturday straight to the church on Sunday? And this goes for the Muslims too. It doesn't mean that they don't have people in Islam who are acting as if they care about the deen and worship of Allah, or that they're mu'mineen, because you have many of them who are kafirs or kafirun, who act as though the religion matters to them, but they just want to be a part of something spinning at the time. Stop complaining that people are finding their way to Islam. Let them find their way. And if you have the true and righteous religion, even better. Just don't forget about the works, because all that faith doesn't mean anything without the work.
Are you in it for...
What I got to say about that is everyone is in their own experience, in their own reality, man. Everyone is not on the same path. We may have the same destination, but we're not on the same exact path. So some people decide to go through certain things or experience certain things before their destination. You know, I had to learn the hard way, but I've learned, you know, I'm not gonna be judgmental or you know, speak about or add my 2 cents about someone and their experience when I'm on my own experience. Just because I don't resonate with it or I don't see their path, it doesn't mean they don't have a better destination. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what I got to say about that. I don't know. I just felt like, you know, I wanted to share that with people because there are a lot of changes happening amongst us. And some people question it, some people don't. Some people slander it, some people don't. But we still have to observe, like the other guy said. Observe, don't absorb. We can observe what's going on, but it's always good to know than to not know. So when we watch things that's happening on the planet, what you think is happening on the inside, rather we know it or not, subconsciously you may understand or understand, and it may make sense later. So I don't know, I wanted to share that with you guys, but hold that thought because we have a clip of Yaya speaking of things in that topic. Let's get it.
Lust, because that is a toxic energy. Lust is actually the lowest vibration on the spectrum of vibrations for emotions.
Wow.
And so
lust is lower than fear.
It's lower than fear and,
Really?
and anger. Yeah.
Why is it lower than fear and anger?
I think because it's driven by primal energy that doesn't have any consciousness. It's like you're just
like a dog.
Yeah.
Basically, like a dog is basically a primal animal.
Right. So
so it has no consciousness.
Yeah, and you can look at the spectrum of emotions and the vibration of emotions, and you can confirm that. But yeah, so really ask yourself.
Trying my hardest not to be a conspiracy theorist anymore. But did anybody notice?
This guy is gonna fuck around and get me to get my account banned, sending me down a conspiracy rabbit hole. But he did say something, and I did look it up, and I'm like, holy shit. USAID getting canceled, all their funding canceled. Y'all notice that a lot of shit that fuck up America and fuck up the black community are suddenly getting canceled? Like you said, Adam 22's podcast is stopping. That means he was not making any money before. Or why is he stopping? There's nothing else that has come out. No advertisers, nothing else has come out to for Adam 22. Ben Shapiro, okay, he was fired from Daily Wire, but you know, Baddies East, Baddies whatever, they're all being canceled. And his theory is that they were all funded by the government because they, you know, we always say, oh, CIA. Well,
Немного более нервно выглядел автомобиль сейчас Артема перепелицы, но под конец отъезжает, и Паша не смог его прессинговать до конца, и разувается автомобиль Артема, улетает колесо, пытается поймать его сейчас оператор коптера, и обратно... Да! Вы видели, что было сейчас, друзья? Кто-нибудь смотрел трансляцию? Колесо обулось обратно на...
Council, did you guys catch that? We're definitely in the Matrix. The car tire flew off and flew back onto the rim. What are the odds of that? If you didn't catch it, here we go again. Bang, bang.
Нервно выглядел автомобиль сейчас Артема перепелицы, но под конец отъезжает, и Паша не смог его прессинговать до конца, и разувается автомобиль Артема, улетает колесо, пытается поймать его сейчас оператор коптера, и обратного... Да! Вы видели, что было сейчас, друзья? Кто-нибудь смотрел трансляцию? Колесо обулось обратно на...
I'm trying to free your mind, Neo. But I can only show you the door.
That was definitely some Matrix video.
You're the one that has to walk through it.
Right, that was crazy. That was crazy.
What if I told you that? What if I told you that these people have the Ark of the Covenant, and the reason why they needed to have the knights bring the Ark of the Covenant is because the knights were wearing Faraday cages. The knights were wearing Faraday cages. That's why they were walking around in all that stupid armor, because the armor was lined in lead, because they're using radioactive materials to go into the ether. And they electrify the electrical air around it, and then they use their metal swords to do what? Set stuff on fire. That's why their swords were never sharp, because they were not meant to impale. They were meant to set other metal stuff on fire.
Probably Pope Francis kicked the bucket.
Hey, yo.
Pope Francis is out of here. Goofball died on Easter Sunday. What are the odds? Anyway, family, I thought I'd bring you guys that good, wonderful, supreme news. Yeah, man, another one of the sodomites bites the dust. It's like I told you niggas, where they been the whole time. You're gonna hear more and more of this as time passes. Where is Popra? Anyway, as we move, bang, bang, yeah. Yeah, Council, remember what they said was going on with Francois. Remember, the fool couldn't breathe, had pneumonia. That's what they all getting, just like they're warning all the NPCs not to go outside right now for the same reason. That so-called ozone, that radiation, the Rona, nigga. Yeah, they can't breathe in the new atmosphere. I told you, shit being terraformed for I. They gotta get the fuck up out of here. That's just what it is. Let's go.
Pope Francis just died at the age of 88. And if you ever seen any kind of Vatican movies, you know what's coming next. You ever notice anytime there is a wicked demonic movie is always coming from the Vatican? This is no accident, no mistake. This is all done on purpose. It's what we call truth in plain sight. Well, you ready for this right here? This man died at the age of 88. 88. Stay with me. It's 88 keys in a piano. You ever go into a store and see a digital clock that say 8888? There's a spiritual meaning behind all of this. The world population reached 8 billion in 2022, according to the United Nations estimates. Well, when we reach 8.8 billion, there will be a royal flush. I want people to understand that numbers mean everything in the Matrix. So when this man died at 88, get ready. Something is really about to take place. They are trying to reset the Matrix, and it's starting today. I made about 10 videos trying to tell people that 2025 is the year of the snake. Something wicked will take place. This man dying at 88 represents the snake eating his own tail, or the Ouroboros. The Ouroboros represents us being stuck in an infinite loop. Some people see it 8, but I see a snake. We are at the end of this matrix and everything will start from the beginning once again. If you go back and watch some of my old videos, I kept saying that this is the year of the goddess. This is the year of the goddess. But of course, people that don't know no better call me a simp, not realizing that we really need this energy. This is not any form of a goddess I'm speaking about. This is Kundalini, which live in all of us. The real story of Adam and Eve, when they speak about the serpent, it was really about the Kundalini. Anytime you go to a hospital or look at an ambulance, you will see the serpent. Military badges, you will see the serpent. If you cannot activate your Kundalini, then you will be stuck in this matrix forever, doing the same shit forever. We can start with the 7 days of the week or the 12 months of the calendar year. So when this man passed away, a certain energy was released from his physical body. I don't mean just any kind of energy. I mean something we don't really want to deal with. So we are facing this battle right here. They're trying to keep us stuck in a loop so we can't get in contact with the higher feminine energy. This is all about creativity, abundance, waking up, going to higher realms, overstanding why we are really on this planet. They told us that the serpent was evil so we can stay away from it. So if we stay away from it, they could use it against us. This story is connected to Gayle King and Katy Perry going out of space. They came back and hit the buzzer at 33 minutes. The number 33 represents Christ, the Masons, the 33 vertebrae in our spine. We can leave this reality and climb to the heavens. But if they control your spine, they control your Kundalini. Matrix Reset. If you want to know more about this, check out my ebook. My link is in my bio.
Okay. Oh, look, I put up the wrong picture, the wrong post, but I was telling niggas, bro, March 14th, listen. Yo, I think we should all be paying attention to what's going on with old head right now. If y'all don't know, Pope Francis haven't been feeling his best, you feel me, lately. The doctor said that he alright right now, but yo, my man's is at a nice age, you feel me? But why am I even talking about this? I just want y'all to read this. According to a 900-year-old book and the Vatican Judgment Day may be upon us soon and Pope Francis might be the last leader of the church. Why does that matter? Because people basically saying, if he's not the Pope anymore, then the next person that's going to be in charge of the whole thing over there, where he be at, starts with an A. And y'all know where I'm getting at with that shit. Matter of fact, y'all all remember the dome, right? In Las Vegas, it said that the A is coming soon. Think biblical. Now look, I don't know if y'all remember this, but like 4 or 5 years ago, my man had a whole confession. And it went viral, and then they deleted it all off the internet. It's not my place to say that shit, because I'm not trying to get my account banned, you feel me? But if you can figure this shit out, yo, it might be getting spooky out here, man. Y'all thought the spiritual warfare is crazy now? Just wait. Y'all gonna remember this video, yo. Watch. If you go on my page and you scroll down the grid, you're gonna see that I made that video a little while ago. This is how you know I'm intuitive, and I've been putting y'all on this shit for a long time now. Now I think it's time for y'all niggas to listen up. Now, do y'all find it ironic that he passed away right on Easter? Another thing, he passed away at the age of 88. 8 is the karmic number. I don't think y'all understand what's about to happen. Bro, this is 2025, y'all. This is the halfway point to the next gen. Like, I don't think y'all understand that this is like the starting point of some shit. Wait up!
You may be their final test. Yeah, you chosen one.
Message.
Have you ever met someone in a completely random scenario? I mean, so random. You just know it's not a coincidence. Like God somehow had forced y'all onto the same path. Not only that, it seemed as though y'all on the same frequency, straight vibing. The connection was naturally flowing. Almost like y'all always knew each other in the spirit. This is because in the real world, y'all are a perfect match, soulmates. But in the Matrix, the flow can be altered by outside influences such as the media, controlling how people think by telling all kinds of lies. In turn, this destroys the natural connections. You see, this test has to be on a private level to expose true feelings, intentions, and the heart. This person may be inherently good, meaning born that way, but the world of the Matrix has destroyed their character, disconnecting them from their spirit, making them evil. These people have to be tested in order to determine where they're going to on a journey. The left path to the underworld with no free will, or the right path to heaven where free will exists. We are giving them a free will choice to choose. to recognize evil people, including themselves. It's up to them to correct their evil behaviors and to be good in order to move forward, or ignore all the issues and blame others and continuously be set back. If you haven't noticed, a lot of people think evil is good and good is evil. With that type of thinking still around, there is no way we can ever get balance, and that is needed in order to create peace. This is why the Matrix is so hostile. If you can recognize the chosen one, you will want to learn and grow from this person in order to move forward. You'll clearly be able to see the genuine care and intentions, the peace and the harmony, the positive influence. You will have full trust and faith in this person. When you can discern this, you'll be able to pass the test. You and your life will continuously get better. For the ones who fail this test, they'll usually respond with control and manipulation by altering everything that is being said. They'll cause conflict and discord. Y'all know them random arguments I'm talking about, leaving you stressed and unrest so you can never focus. The negative influences, they'll always suggest something that's gonna make the situation worse. No integrity. You can almost guarantee everything they say is a lie. I mean, these people may seem like actors because they so goddamn fake. This is why they cannot live in the real world. Only a delusional one we all call the Matrix. So if you have any kind of good in your heart, work on it. And always express that that is your true nature. Because life will take you on a roller coaster if you do not realize it is all determined on how you respond to the chosen ones. Anyways, y'all know how I keep it. Y'all be gods. Peace. Y'all know how I keep it. Y'all be gods. Peace.
Nebraska. Previous rotation. Crazy.
You think that the recent underground technology discovered beneath the Pyramid of Giza is a true new finding, then you are sadly mistaken. Our government has a complete roadmap and blueprint of every major vortex, stargate, energetic grid, ley lines, and even underwater star bases. That's something that's going to be discovered next. The real question is, why are we being allowed access to this information at this time? And this is what happens. The more we ascend into a higher vibration as a collective consciousness, we shift into a parallel alternate version of reality where more people can hold the truth in their consciousness, in their awareness. So more discoveries, more findings, new information is going to continue to be revealed, which further amplifies and solidifies this new earth frequency where we continue to expand into more truth, more light, more love, and more sovereignty.
Yes, he told me that the Arch of Babylon that they put in the courtyard of the Vatican was an active portal. And the reason that we can't use or see these portals is because we're third density beings. He said that I had to be put into that density chamber to be pushed into fifth to even be able to use a portal. Otherwise, I just would have fell out of the reptile's hand. He just would have went through and I just would have fell on the ground, is how he described it. And he also said the reason why the Middle East is so disputed is because it has the highest concentration of portals on the earth. And that's why there's always conflict and war. It has nothing to do with, oil or anything like that. It has to do with these portals. That's what he told me. Yeah, it's active all the time and we just can't use or see it. And he described portals to me. It's like you walk into the portal and then you cease to exist and just your soul passes through. And then when you get to the other side of the portal, your body just comes back. And I asked him, like, how does that happen? He said he didn't know, but that's just the way it works. It's like your consciousness, your soul actually passes through the portal itself. And then the body just comes back at the end of the portal. Yeah, when you're active duty, like in the space program and everything, you go into a med bed about once a week to realign your DNA and everything because you go through so many jumps and portals and everything like that.
I told y'all recently, Hulu, 12 Monkeys. they have that kind of technology or something of the sort on that show. Crazy. Confirmation pretty much. Let's get it.
The criminals coming from Europe, arriving on the island of Haiti. That's the name of the entire island. That's what the Arawak people called it. And this for thousands of years before the criminals arrived from Europe. And when they arrived, they find the people there. It is estimated there were between 2 and 3.5 million Arawaks on the island in 1492. 11 years later, it was estimated less than 100,000 people were living on this island.
Bro, what?
A little before this estimate, as they noticed that the people were just dropping off like flies, the Europeans went to Jamaica, collected a portion of the population there, brought them to Haiti to dig for gold for them. And that population disappeared too.
No.
They went to Puerto Rico and brought
slaughtered our
boatloads
people
of Arawak and Tainos and Caribs. And that population disappeared too in
Slaughtered our
Haiti.
people.
We are told this whole process is supposed to be a civilizing process.
No.
We are told the Arawaks were savages. We are told, in some cases they even say they were, what's the word they like to say when you eat people? No, cannibals. Cannibals.
Hold on, before we get too far.
In some cases they even say they were.
Y'all see that? I don't know if anybody else caught that. But let's keep going.
What's the word they like to say when you eat people? No, cannibals. Cannibals. They were cannibals. But you know, these Arawaks were living there for thousands of years and multiplying. 3.5 million people eliminated in less than 11 years.
That's insane.
A few Europeans came. The Europeans were never more than a few thousand on the island. If we had 3.5 million cannibals on an island, and a few thousand Europeans came, and after 11 years, the cannibals were all dead, and the civilizers were still there, is there something wrong with this information?
Sound like it.
Something very wrong. Very, very wrong there.
Your people have been fighting.
Yo, all I'm saying is, you know what? I'm going to keep that to myself. But y'all saw that, right? All right, let's keep going.
400 years.
And your peoples too.
So I want you to explain what you mean by that.
You know what I'm talking about. Y'all all know what I'm talking about, man. Don't sit up here and try to bait and not know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what the fuck I talk about when I say these things. Your people too.
Explain it. Not everybody knows what you're talking about.
Radio Raheem, I don't have to explain what's understood, man. You know what I mean by that. You know what I say about that. I ain't got to go further. And if anybody don't understand that, then God be with them. Go look up the history. Go look up the history. Shit, don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit. See what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, man. You know what. I dare you to sit up there and say, explain. You know what I'm talking about, man. It's fighting people. You know we've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day. To this day. To this day.
Let's look at that. 246 years of slavery, 99 years of Jim Crow laws, 86 years of lynchings, 14 years of fighting for civil rights, 400 years of oppression.
I was scrolling on Instagram and I seen this video of this little black boy, and he asked his mother, who created God? And his mother's response was, boy, shut the fuck up. And I was laughing, I ain't gonna lie, because of the tone that he said it in. However, this is the shit that I'm talking about in a black household. Not all, but a lot of them were like this. I know the infamous saying, don't question God. Like I always say, we not questioning God, we questioning the people who presented this God to us. Right. Questioning the people that forced us up at 7 a.m. on Sunday. Forced us to go to Bible study, choir practice. That's who we questioning. That's literally what kids do. That's how they learn. They weren't trying to protect our curiosity. They were trying to protect their discomfort. I'm going to say it loud and proud. God never said don't question. That was your mama. That was your pastor. That was Big Mama now. You know, the one that had the Bible on the couch and BET on mute. She loved watching Dr. Bobby Jones. I'm not your mama. We could talk about it over here. Because who really created God? God is a title, not a name. Title given to the creative force of all things. The real question should be, where did the idea of God even come from? It came from us. Consciousness came from our need to label and understand the unexplainable. We're taught God is some man in the sky, but scientifically, spiritually, we know God is creation, God is source, God is energy, God is consciousness folding in on itself to experience itself. You ever look at a tree and realize it's breathing in what you're breathing out, giving you back life in return? That's God. You ever created a vision, felt it in your bones, and then watched it manifest? That's God. You ever stood still in silence and felt everything at once? That's God. Oh, who created God? God is the creator and the created. God is the verb and the noun. God is not just a being. God is beingness, awareness, the breath, the space between your thoughts. When you really understand this, you stop looking up and you start looking within. You ain't gonna find God in no pew. You're going to find God in your perception. The next time somebody says, don't question God, say, I'm not questioning God. I'm questioning the limitations you put on God. Your God might sit on a cloud in judgment. My God is playful, mysterious, brilliant. Oh, and let me not forget beautiful, because I am her. My God is source, creation, energy. And that same source, creation, and energy lives within me. Therefore, I am. So yeah, that little boy was onto something. We got to stop raising kids to repeat and raise them to remember. Stop chastising them when they're asking questions that you can't answer. They literally here to teach you a lesson. Maybe in that moment, your lesson is know thyself. Then you will have no problem answering that question. Share I get in them comments and let me know your thoughts. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
Big shout out to Yaya for that one. I like the way she put that down there. But listen, I recently was hearing someone talk, right? An adult male, by the way. He was like, yo, you can't eat no meat. It's Good Friday. And you know, I'm minding my business. Like I said, I'm not adding my 2 cents. I'm not judging anyone in their experience. I'm not saying anything. But he was like, yo, you can't eat meat. It's Good Friday, this and that. And the people around was like, yo, what you mean? Why not? Like, why we can't eat meat? What you talking about? And he was like, yo, I don't know. That's just what my grandma told me. And then, you feel me? I just go off what my grandma told me. So you don't question it. You don't do no research, no nothing. You just go with what's being said, being told. Things like that is what she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep going. It passed down generation to generation to generation. That's generational oppression or whatever the case may be. As far as expanding consciousness or expanding awareness, whatever. I'm not judging a person for their traditional practices and religion. I'm not that guy. Whatever floats your boat, that's all you. That's your experience. You feel me? I wish nothing but the best for you. I'm not projecting any nefarious or, you know, conflicting energy towards you. You feel me? May you experience your experience in the best way that you can. But I just thought that kind of related, and I thought about that just now while seeing that. So yeah, so I mentioned it. You know what I'm saying? You know I'm open with you guys. So yeah, when I was hearing it though, I'm thinking to myself, like, that's it. Like, you only follow that because you was told that. You don't really know the true, real reason why. So yeah, let's keep going on. Whatever.
The new movie, Him, it's not just about a football player, y'all. It shows you everything. How they build you up to break you down. And if you want to reach the highest point, you got to sell your soul. This man, Jordan Peele, literally finna expose everything in this movie, y'all. In this trailer, it don't even show just a football player chasing greatness. It show him
being built up to get broke down. Nah, look at this shit. This man is standing on a pentagram. He have his arms out, and then they put the eye in front of him, make like a cross. Y'all see that shit? And then you got Marlon Wayne saying, this is everything. Do you want this? What are you willing to sacrifice? Dog, look at the trailer playing over my head. Look at this shit. This is everything. This shit is crazy, creepy, demonic. I don't know if Jordan Peele's on the good side or the bad side. I don't know if he trying to say this is what he go through. A lot of people go through. I don't know if he exposed them. What do y'all think? This shit is crazy. This is wild.
And show me.
Y'all seen all that?
Not just football players.
Whoa. We gonna watch all that again. You seen all that?
Dog, look at the trailer playing over my head. Look at this shit. This is everything. This shit is crazy, creepy, demonic. I don't know if Jordan Peele's on the good side or the bad side. I don't know if he trying to say this is what he go through. A lot of people go through. I don't know if he exposed them. What do y'all think? This shit is crazy.
He said he's willing to. He said he's willing to sacrifice everything. Look at this. Then show him.
This is wild.
And show me.
Bowl of Jabberoni. Pupils dilated. Y'all seeing all this, right? Now look at this.
Not.
We on YouTube. We just goofing. We just playing with it. YouTube. This is entertainment and speculation. YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see what's going on though. Y'all see what's going on. I ain't gonna say too much.
Just football players, people in sports in general go through this. You wanna reach the top of the top, you already know what you gotta do. Look at LeBron James. I need y'all to share this and double tap if you caught the symbolism. And also, leave down below in the comments, what do you think they sacrificing?
I gotta use the bathroom. I'm gonna hold it down. Can't see jack squat. Can't see nothing. Going a bit fast if you ask me. Can't see nothing.
So, that's going on down there in Chile, coming like Dante's Inferno, the 9 circles of hell. I told you guys, some new earth business. You better spiral up.
I have everything I need. I have everything I need to proceed and succeed. I have everything I need. I have everything I need. I have everything I need, yeah, to proceed and succeed. I have everything I need. I have everything I need. I have everything I need to proceed and succeed. Yeah, I have everything I need. I have everything I need.
No coffee. That's it.
I had to urinate, but let's run that affirmation back. Let's run that back.
Earth business. You
Let's
better
run that back, baby.
spiral up.
Let's run that back.
I have everything I need. I have everything I need to proceed and succeed. I have everything I need. I have everything I need. I have everything I need, yeah, to proceed and succeed. I have everything I need. I have everything I need.
Yeah, I like this one right here. I like this right here. She did her thing on this.
To proceed and
there go that smile.
Yeah. I have everything I need. I have everything I need.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. That's the end of the presentation, baby. I love it, right? That was fire right there. You know that was fire. If you don't feel like you whack, that was fire right there. If you don't feel like you whack, man. Hey, yo, Haven, it's the end of the presentation. I hope you're in a wonderful, magnificent mood and you enjoyed the presentation. You know what I'm saying? Full disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Any and everything you see on this channel is merely speculation. Viewer discretion is advised. Please do your own homework and research for proper discernment. If it don't resonate with you, leave it on the ground for someone else to pick it up. We watch these clips as a form of escaping external chaos going on outside of ourselves, as we all are experiencing our own individual reality. Love yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Love yourself. It's okay. And release anything that's hindering you, man. Just let it go. It's much more better when you let it go. That friction, that tensity, just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm highly grateful and thankful for all you guys who've been from the beginning, rocking out, liking, commenting, sharing, been subscribed. You know, doing this energetic exchange that we do on the regular. Highly grateful and thankful for your presence. You know what I'm saying? If you're new to the channel, like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when we go up and you don't miss the next presentation. Because we be chilling, we be vibing out. You know what I mean? You can unbuckle your belt now. The ride and vibe is over. It's okay, baby. Let's get it. I hope you enjoy it once again. Anyone and everyone who has ever sown to see with me, it will be returned 100-fold as the most highest in you, as divine vessel to divine support yours truly, because it's all about divine support. I just want to say grace, gratitude, and thanks. Peace and prosperity, you and yours. Hope you know it never goes unnoticed. Really does help the channel, the foundation, my well-being. Yo, Haven, y'all know what's up, man. Balance and harmony, love and unity, safe travel in the astrals. I'll see y'all next time. I'm out.